welcome back to Ask Nikki and Daddy.
Greetings, citizens.
So I'm going to jump into the question. Before I do, as usual, this channel and the videos are sponsored by Netflix. So if you use the link netflix.com/Nikki, you get a free 30-day trial of Netflix. We are all obsessed with Netflix, so I highly recommend it because it is an amazing, amazing site. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to read the question. Hey, Nikki and
Daddy.
I have a problem with dating good guys for a long time because it really bores me. I feel as if I like a guy, and when I find out he likes me, it lasts for 2 weeks before I decide that he's being too clingy and that I'm not happy. My friends say that I am a man-eater. I don't know if this is because I'm not ready to be in a relationship or because I have a genuine problem.
That's interesting. So how does good guy and clingy come together? I don't know exactly how that plays out.
It sounds like she's saying that, like, once a guy shows interest in her and he starts pursuing her, she's like, he's boring. He finds that funny. You know, I have a thought on this that could be totally not at all what you're going through, but this was just like, so I'm sorry if it's not, but this was like my initial thought. I think sometimes if we're bored with what we're doing or we're not happy with ourselves, sometimes we'll look to other people to fulfill that, and if they can't or they don't give us what we want, it's like, you're boring or you're being clingy. And I think that sometimes, like, I don't know, I would say to ask yourself really, like, why does that happen? Is it really the other guys? Is it that they're not what I'm looking for? Or have I just not, do I not know who I am yet, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if any of that makes any sense, but that was kind of my initial thought reading that.
Yeah, and yeah, that's a really good way to take after me.
Oh, geez.
And you know, with that, you know, maybe piggybacking on that thought, maybe thinking in terms of, you know, what would you like, or what are you looking for in a boyfriend? And are you looking for something that might be compensating for something that's lacking in you, or are you just, you know, do you want to take the time to kind of identify the virtues and characteristics of who you'd like to be with? That could be a good exercise. But I do really that good one after the one she suggested.
I think they both kind of go hand in hand. I've told lots of friends that before. Like, I've told friends, like, write down what you want. And, like, occasionally I've had a friend be like, well, I want him to be cute. I want him to be funny. You know, and those are good.
Sorry, I'm already married.
And those are good things. That was really good. Those are good things, but you want to look at, like, at virtues that are, like, how do you word this? I don't want to say never changing, but things like, just look for the things that are really important, because I think there are a lot of funny people. I'll tell you something, with Dan and I, our sense of humor just by being together is more in sync now than when we were first dating. We laugh at, like, a lot of the same things now because we're so close, but he has so many of those things that I find more important. Like, I remember when I was dating, it was like, dude, he's got integrity, he's very honest, he works hard, he only has eyes for me, or so it seems. You know, I think that focusing on those, he's laughing, those, like, really important traits, other than just, you know, cuteness or height or something like that, are really helpful too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
I think
because
they both go hand in hand.
Character goes in the long run. I remember, gosh, this is going to sound horrible, but I remember going into an office building in Century City, and there were, this is going to sound horrible, man, there were all these incredibly beautiful models. I mean, they were incredibly beautiful, drop dead gorgeous, and I mean, it was like, there was a whole room full of them, and I couldn't breathe. It was so stunning, and I had to sit in there with them for about 5 or 10 minutes, and in 5 or 10 minutes, it just so happened that all these incredibly beautiful models were incredibly self-obsessed and vain, and just all they were doing was thinking about themselves. And by the end of the 10 minutes, when it was time for me to leave, I didn't even notice them. You know, they lost their beauty, vanished in the face of their character, if you can, you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And, you know, beauty is a great thing, but beauty fades. But the inner beauty, the inner character, the inner person. I know you've experienced this where you've met someone, it's a guy or a woman who maybe, you know, at first they don't, you know, they're ugly.
Yeah.
You know, they just,
So you get to know them, and then they're really cute.
and then they're really cute, and
Yeah.
then their character's really attractive, and then you hang with them and you love being with them, and then a third person comes along and goes, what are you doing hanging out with the ugly person? And you're like, what ugly? Them? And then you realize, oh.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so it's an inside thing, the character thing.
Yep.
That's really where it's at.
Yep.
So-
That's a good way to tie that little bow up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess those are our two answers, is focusing on what you want to do, what your passions are, what you love, and maybe sitting down and writing out those things that you want. And hopefully that's helpful. I hope that kind of answers what you're thinking. And then the Twitter question says, this can be for both of us, what is your favorite food? Bagels. I really like bagels a lot. What about you?
I like Italian food.
Yeah.
Italian food. Pasta, baby, pasta.
I can tell Casey wants to come answer too, since he's so patiently watching.
Hi.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite fruit is I like it. I like anything.
Any kind of food?
Yeah,
Such
except
a
for
good
mushrooms.
boy. Oh, I don't like
Except for
mushrooms
mushrooms.
either.
Hate those.
No way.
As long as it's edible, right?
No.
All right, guys. So we will see you very soon. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day. Send your questions to asknickyp@gmail.com or use the hashtag AskNikkiP. Thanks, Dad and Casey.
Thanks, guys. Love you. See y'all.
Bye.